Hello crows and non-crows alike, my name is Joe Mack, otherwise known as Support Crow, and today, here's something we haven't done in a bit. A good old-fashioned Hogwarts Legacy theory vid. Now this video has two parts. The first part is the theory, and the second part is an update on the Support Crow channel. If you're interested, stick around for that, because cha-cha-cha changes are coming. And I'll talk about my trip to Salt Lake City because it's relevant to the topics at hand. But right now, in this video, I am going to tell you how Isidora is still alive, and how she's going to come back in the sequel. When Isidora Morganach was presumably at the height of her power and launching her master plan to rid the world of pain, she was hit with a killing curse and died. Or did she? You see, Isidora is more complex than what the cutscenes give her credit for. Yes, she was gifted with the ability to see and manipulate ancient magic, but she also traveled beyond Hogwarts, and would later return as the Defense Against the Dark Arts professor. She was also obsessed with her study of ancient magic and its use to extract painful emotions, and ultimately created a spell that could do just that. But what if her studies didn't stop there? Isidora knows how to extract memory, she knows how to extract emotion, so it's possible that in the process of learning how to do this magic, she learned how to extract a soul. In other words, make a Horcrux. I mean, think about it, she's running around, pulling out this strange ancient magic and locking it away in containers. Sounds a little inspired. Now, we do know that Herpo the Foul was originally the creator of the first Horcrux, which was back in ancient Greece. And while we've never heard of another person using the Horcrux other than him and Tom Riddle, there's never been confirmation that there hasn't been either. Also, if a potions master knows about Horcruxes enough to tell Tom Riddle about them, it stands to reason that a dark arts teacher would know even more about them, especially when said teacher has unfettered access to the library's restricted section, where we know the how-to guide for Horcruxes is located. In fact, when you look closely here, you can see these strands of smoke coming off the body. I don't remember about a cadaver doing that to a person. And those strands of smoke seem to be flowing straight into the repository. Seems a little sus to me. What if, when Ranrock broke open that final repository, he unintentionally set free something other than bad mojo? So that's how I believe Isidora is still technically alive. But how is she going to come back? Well, thanks to Lord Voldemort and the Black Cauldron of Teenage Tragedy,
No! Cedric!
we kinda already know the answer. In the Goblet of Fire, we see a dark ritual take place that restores Voldemort to better health. It gives him a new body, and he's free to put his nasty toes on Cedric. I believe we are going to see this ritual again. However, this ritual requires three main ingredients.
Bone of the father unwillingly given, flesh of the servant willingly sacrificed, blood of the enemy.
Bones of the father are pretty straightforward. Sorry, Mr. Morganach, you've apparently not suffered enough. Blood of the enemy is, well, it's us. Regardless as to what you choose at the end of Hogwarts Legacy, you've still gone through the Keeper's trials and gained their trust. By all rights and privileges, you have become a Keeper. And if Isidora has any enemies, it would be the ones who stand against her, aka the Keepers. We became a Keeper, so we're, logically speaking, an enemy.
Forcibly taken.
Now the flesh of the servant willingly sacrificed. The obvious candidate would be Sebastian Sallow. I actually believe he's going to be the antagonist in the sequel. He's trying to save his sister, and he's already proven he's willing to cross the line. He's quick to justify the most horrible of choices. Do I think he's evil? No, not really, but I do think he'd cut his hand off to save his sister. That said, there is another person to consider. Let's talk about our good friend, Ominous. Now, Ominous is a good boy. He's the golden retriever of Slytherin. He knows what's right, what's wrong, and what he's willing to stand against. However, by the end of Hogwarts Legacy, our good boy needs some therapy. Family trauma aside, he lost his favorite aunt, he lost 2 of his favorite friends, probably only friends, and we've sort of kind of been manipulating him to further Sebastian's goals the entire game. I'd argue that Ominous has the most emotional pain out of everyone here, because he lost so much. He's alone, and he's kind of just bottling all that up right now. So yeah, I fully expect that boy to snap like a Chinese fortune cookie and toss his eyeballs into the dark magic bouillabaisse. With that ritual complete, Isidora Morganach will rise again and finally be the ultimate antagonist. You could say that if these theories are true, then we're really just fighting gender-bent Voldemort. However, I would argue that the two have very different intentions and plans for the world. But what do you think? Do you believe these theories have merit? Would you want to face off against Isidore in the flesh, who would be a master of not only ancient magic but also dark magic by now? Let me know down in the comments. Now for the second part of the video. So, like I said, there are some changes coming to Support Crow. Nothing immediate, but this will be a podcast primary channel with the occasional video. I might change that, but we'll see how it goes. The reason for this is because I intend to attend the University of Utah and complete my education to be an industry-worthy game developer. I started college a year after high school, but I didn't have the maturity to really appreciate the opportunity there. Eventually I just sort of ran out of money and I landed in a factory. But now I find myself capable and willing to move forward in this direction, and part of moving in that direction is physically moving from Indiana to Salt Lake City, Utah. After that, it's getting my general ed courses out of the way in community college and then transferring to the university. I'll be applying for an apartment this upcoming April. This has been part of the plan for a while now. I didn't just wake up one day and say, let's stalk Avalanche. No, the university is one of the best schools to go to, and the Entertainment Arts and Engineering program is one of the best for game design. And more importantly, it's one of the best that I can afford, that I can legitimately attend to and complete. They also have a really cool motion capture lab that I hope to see in April, maybe, and we'll see. It's going to be a lot, and it's going to take a lot of time, which is forcing me to prioritize some things and deprioritize some other things, and that includes this channel. It's not going away, I'm not quitting. I'll just be focusing on the podcast, and I'll upload whatever else I can when I can. This is going to be an interesting new chapter of my life and of the life of the channel. And the only thing I'm struggling with right now is the wait between now and moving over there. I kind of want to go there right now, but I gotta be patient. I have to be mature and follow the plan here. My father and I just recently came back from Salt Lake. We ran around the city and took the campus tour. It was beautiful. I loved the entire vibe. I think I had the best pasta I've ever had there, in a place called Stone Ground Italian Kitchen. Shout out to Tristan for being an awesome host, by the way. I greatly recommend the black tagliatelle and the bolognese. Those were absolutely phenomenal. It was so good, we went back there the next night. My only regret is that we cannot go back a third time. The whole trip was absolutely enjoyable, and the only part I didn't like was, you might be aware of the whole Microsoft situation. Yeah, I was walking through the security checkpoint, and the moment I stepped out of it, all the lights in the computers shut off. And then we were stuck there in the airport for 8 hours, and by the time we got home, it was midnight. But yeah, that's the plan. If you're in Salt Lake City next summer and you see me eating some pasta, be sure to say hello. I'll be thousands of miles away from any friends or family, but that's how it has to be for a little while. Change is always uncomfortable, but comfort never brings change. and I feel the need for some change. Until then, though, be safe, be well, be kind. Bye-bye.